Manipulation, definition. Action of influence or controlling someone or something to your advantage, often without any action of manipulating in a skillful manner. The action of manipulating someone in a clever or unscrupulous way to control or play upon unfair or insidious means, especially one's own advantage. Synonyms: exploit, play upon, bluff, deceive, duped, fool, hoax, hoodwink, trick, cheat, con, hustle, swindle, misguide, deception.
Right. Manipulation.
So what do we think about manipulation?
It's a crime.
Manipulation should be a crime?
Oh, it's a good one.
Yeah. Because you could, well, you could manipulate somebody to do something bad, like something they don't want to do.
Yeah. So you're saying manipulating for good is okay?
If you use it in a good way, no, it's okay.
I do it all the time.
Number what?
Manipulating stuff in a good, better way.
Like, what's an example?
Well, I will always think that it's the opposite. You're making a good outcome come out of a situation that could have been bad by not showing your intent, right, to get the outcome that you want. See, so manipulation can be done in a negative form or a positive form, you know?
So you're manipulating someone for a good point, and the only reason why you use manipulation because if they know they'll be different, they'll act different or something?
Because everybody is not at the same place.
Or think the same.
You get what I'm saying? Like, it's hard for me to break down something that I may have learned, right? So I will just play accordingly, you know what I'm saying? And to guide that person in the way, not that I feel it should go, Reef, but the way they feel it should go. But for the better outcome, instead of what I may perceive to be, it was about to be a worse outcome, you know what I'm saying?
So when you manipulate, it's for their good.
No.
It's for
See,
your good.
let's don't turn it around now. I'm just saying, speaking on manipulation, it can be done both ways.
I'm saying
How
if
you use it is up to you. I'm a Scorpio. I'm a master manipulator.
Take for example,
I own it.
I don't usually.
I just manipulate in a
I
good
don't
way.
usually do it, but I did it my first time. I said it to her in a way not too negative or fucked up, but in a way, in a bad way, kind of to get
provoke me.
positive results out of it.
And I
So I
got
can understand.
Now you got up and got me.
So
But
I'm
most
saying,
of it bad though. Most of it is not good. It's to control somebody's mind and get them to do what you want, point blank period. That's manipulating somebody.
so you basically saying you manipulated for
the outcome of
like
your
what Deanna said.
choosing.
Yeah, I just broke
And when a
down
person
what
uses it
Deanna said.
negatively, I believe it's because they're trying to get a gain from the
But like she
situation,
said,
you
a
know?
positive outcome.
But what I mean,
I didn't do it for nothing
when you're
negative.
manipulating somebody to do the right thing, you know what I'm saying?
Order wrong.
Without telling them to do the right
saying
thing.
I manipulated someone to motivate them.
Yeah, I did that recently.
Motivation.
It can be used in several ways, but some people use it in
Like-
vicious ways, you know?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Most recent ways of it is
A lot of
this
people
shit,
using
but
it to
can't
get
really
over,
use it
to take advantage
So always get
of.
their way.
Yeah. But everybody don't use it that way, because
So as long if you're manipulating someone, as long as it's for their good, it's okay.
I don't think so, but I would rather use my gift, because it's a gift that I have, that for positive outcomes more than a negative outcome, or to hurt somebody, set somebody up, or put somebody in a bad situation. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree with
Be
that.
like, a lot of times it's hard to talk to like children, teenagers, you know.
Right.
So I might give them an incentive to help them. You get me? And that's my way of manipulating the situation. See, because now that kid is focused on getting an incentive, so it does its best. You get what I'm saying? In that kind of way. So I don't know if that's really manipulation or not. You know what I'm saying? It could just be like, I don't know. I think it
because
is.
if people talk about it all the
It is
time.
because it still manipulates an outcome, good or bad.
trying to control somebody else, take their power of free will from them. That's basically what you're doing.
The way the people who run the world do it,
yeah,
they do it in a negative form because they want everybody to think lowly of themselves and, you know, believe in the world as it is, like work, go to school, and this is what we're here for.
Yeah,
when we all was born spiritually, well, I was born spiritually awakened. I always was looking for myself this whole time. So at the end of the day, you know, yeah, you could be manipulated in a whole bunch of ways. I have probably used manipulation in the past in a way to, you know, get an outcome. Manipulation can work in different ways for different people. Because if I don't really care for you, I might, you know,
So
I have it, but I'm just saying.
There's a high probability of manipulation.
Yes, because it's hard when you're not emotionally attached and available to a person. You can really care. People don't really believe in karma and all that stuff, you know. But it's real, good and bad. Karma come back how you get it, tenfold. Either way.
Around, comes around.
As above, so below.
So, what about the other party? Okay, you manipulated someone for good or whatever, but the ego problem is like, you know, I don't feel good that I got manipulated though, even though it might have.
But how do the person know they got manipulated? They didn't get manipulated if they know.
Well, they usually people usually find out after it's done. They
not
figure it out.
Not all people.
Not all, but people usually figure it out.
People that get manipulated usually is followers, so they end up.
See, because leaders can't really be manipulated because they're gonna always follow their own shit.
Intuition, you know, but you gotta be a strong leader, don't show weakness to get manipulated. So,
but what is weakness to you? That's what I'm saying, because I want to know.
Well, weakness could be anything.
Like,
everybody got their own type of weakness.
That's what I mean.
Your weakness could be a gift. That's the funny thing.
It comes a point everybody like, and they just this world turns them into a cruddy motherfucker a time or two before they get on the right track and know that their manipulation, all the fucked up things they did to people, and you know, is wrong. And really, I don't believe in right and wrong like that, but just whatever the circumstances was, you did what was in your means, dealing with the circumstance you was dealing with at the time. You made choices based off that. Okay, but the older you get and the more experience you get, especially when karma comes and visits you and you're actually able to put your finger on the shit and say, damn, I remember when I did that shit to so and so or such and such, you know what I'm saying?
Some people are so psychologically good at it that you won't even know that they're manipulating. There's people that good out here. So that goes back to what.
So that's all I'm saying. Remember the guy who the Scorpio dude who got all them women to kill for him? He didn't kill nobody. He was like a cult leader or something. He was a Scorpio. He had all these women all around coming across to meet him and going out to commit these murders that he never did. He just instructed them to do. But he had them. He probably was having sex with them. They were vulnerable women. Remember I said
gullible.
But that's what he just.
You say gullible, but sometimes things happen in women's life.
But then that's when I stopped believing in niggas because niggas always let me down. So I'm like, why the fuck would I believe in him? He just let me down. So I believe in myself. I believe in everything I do is gonna help somebody else. That's when we manipulate people for good. So it's like, damn, I want to see little brother do good. So you manipulate them to do good.
But they seeing how you act, you manipulating them to change
and
how
it
they
could
act.
be just like a role model too. See what I'm saying? So you can look at it different ways, but his perspective of it is like, instead of I'm manipulating them to do the right thing because I ain't gonna just come out and tell them because they gonna think they gonna gas and they gonna be like, why you wanna be so, you know?
Actions speak louder than words.
When a person sees something working for another person, it's more inclined for them to want to follow or become a leader themselves. You know what I'm saying? Either way, it's a good outcome because you took a child that was probably doing things wrong to get money and now they're doing things positive to get money. And nobody's getting hurt in the neighborhood. You know, get you to move accordingly. You see, I don't know. It's a gift. I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. Like, okay, like it could be 5 of us in the room. I'm just using them two for an example. If you reach the vibe, me and then 2 other people over here. Now all these 5 people in the room, my job is to manipulate as many of them as I can. Like automatically from the door, me knowing them 2, I'm not, I'm gonna try these 2 people I don't know. You see how it works out?
Because they don't know my mindset,
exactly,
my personality,
so that's what
or
I'm saying,
me
it depends on
personally.
you feel me, who is really trying to do, because they know what they're doing.
And when someone is
It's some
manipulating,
bullshit.
they're giving you the least information. Because
I could call you one every time you try to do it to me. These jobs try to do it. I'm just saying, I could call you. You can call. You can see the shit. You can see it.
To know.
You can see it.
That's what you're trying to say. Information is important to know, because they give you the least of information.
when somebody is manipulating you, most of the
Sometimes
time they won't give you
they feed
hits.
you
You understand what I'm saying? And you gotta really be in tune with your inner self to peep shit.
It's just like fishing. Once you grab that motherfucking hook, they got you. All you gotta do is reel you in now. If you can see the shit, you can see a hook when they first go like that. You on them from when they first. You know
My
what I'm
spirit
saying?
goes against everything
So I be on
fucked
shit
up.
like that.
I don't
be
even
on- you
need.
can't
I don't know what
manipulate.
that shit is.
You can't.
Intuition,
I think I told a couple people.
a sixth
you can't.
sense. My grandmother used to call it ESP.
Or,
You know, people call
not
it
even that
psychic
word.
abilities, but I don't see things as it play out. I can just see when something negative plays out, or is about to play out.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You
And
can
most of
see
the time,
it.
it ain't even just
That's
your
what I'm saying,
ESP,
third
is
eye.
because you actually
Right.
was involved in a situation and you saw where it led
You've been
to.
on point
So it's
for
just
me.
like you learn from your experiences, and then you take them and you apply them in the future to have a different outcome because you're looking for a different result, right? Shit.
I don't like people like that anyway. You know what I'm saying? Manipulative people. Cause then
I
they
can tell when someone.
and then it get worse because they got groups. I remember it could be that one person.
A lot of people like to use-
motherfuckers at the table where they all know how to manipulate.
A lot of people
motherfuckers.
use-
That's
Right.
a strong mind though.
Right.
You can't. If you want to get people manipulate people with weak minds. You can't think for yourself. You got the book handed to you. You just worry about the book. You're not worried about around outside the box. None of that. You just worry about that
Feelings,
book.
your
So they just
insides,
putting
what
you
you
in a
need,
box.
what you want in your
Just
life.
like Unformula said, it's just putting you in the box until you unplug and now you out the box. You ain't in there no more.
They
But
do
now
it.
they call you
They do it with
crazy.
drugs and liquor.
Now they
too.
call you crazy and stuff. But now it's really
But
just showing
eventually,
really
they're
who
gonna
you
come
are.
back. Just saying,
Oh.
like, you can manipulate, good, bad, or indifferent.
All right, what you talking about? A weak-minded person.
I put my makeup on for it. I ain't even getting
I'm gonna put it to how it's supposed to be. You're supposed to be able to trust people. Nobody's supposed to be stabbing you in your back. So someone living in that type of lifestyle is gonna be easily manipulated because he want to trust you. They want to trust you. You know what I'm
Wanna
saying? You come up
believe
with
in it.
information.
That makes
You know what I'm saying? And they're like, oh, all right, I'm gonna just trust what you're
So
saying.
you're not taking it as manipulation. The
Yeah.
person
But that's
talking
why
about
they
it.
say when I use it, I don't use it
Use
for a negative
to
outcome.
get your way or get what you want. What a lot of people want? Money. So you manipulate a way to get money. So that's business. There's no feelings in business. So you can't trust nobody in business, basically.
Coming from a
Everybody
cancer.
is your rival.
So you-
Everybody is your competition.
So we need
Even
to.
if you're a
But
person
the
that's
world
not in
designed us to
competition,
think like that.
that's the world. Just
The
way-
world.
You're not born just to think you somebody.
Because we were
else's
born
competition.
into a capitalist
Yeah, we were
society.
designed to think, but we
Talk
put
about it,
against
y'all.
each other.
We was born in a capitalist society. We've been taught all these things, and it's so that's why I don't fault my brother. I'd rather, hold his hand and walk with him. People will grab you by the hand and walk with you through your dark shit, And some people will just watch you swindle in the dark and watch you drown. It's just what it is.
Sometimes they don't want to do that intensity, but what I notice about people, if you're not strong enough to help yourself, nobody gonna be willing to go the extra hand. That's just how the world is, man.
Word.
And I used to hear that saying a long time ago.
Yeah, it was like that a while
You
ago,
want-
but I see it a
So
lot.
you basically saying, Frizz, treat life like a business.
Basically, yeah.
It is.
You know, I gotta build my stock.
You gotta build, just stop. And you can't help nobody till you build, just stop.
Because if you take your time out to build for another man, you're gonna build that make that man rich, right?
And he can leave you sticking.
Sound like that.
It is.
The word is honest stab. Like we said the other day, for you to really get up somewhere, you have to what? Stab a nigga.
You're gonna have to sacrifice
somewhere
a couple
along the line, you
souls.
gonna have to do
You're gonna have to
something
sacrifice some of your morals, some of your traditions.
Morals?
Yes, people sacrifices their morals for this shit.
So is going up, making it worth sacrificing your morals?
No, not if you doing it in a negative way. But if you living in your truth and you're being you, what's wrong with that?
Cause look,
That's what you came here blessed and to be rich and all those things.
you
This
don't
was
always be the same how everybody think.